Welcome back! In this lesson, we will learn about using more arithmetic in our queries and take a closer look at aliasing with as. We can perform basic arithmetic with symbols like plus, minus, multiply, and divide. Using parentheses with arithmetic indicates to the processor when the calculation needs to execute. Here are some basic examples of how we can use arithmetic in SQL. We can add, subtract, multiply, and divide as follows. In these examples, the parentheses are not required as only one calculation takes place. However, they provide more clarity to the code. But the division gives a result of 1. Why is that? Similar to other programming languages, SQL assumes that we want to get an integer back if we divide an integer by an integer. So be careful. When dividing, we can add decimal places to our numbers if we want more precision. For example, select 4.0 divided by 3.0 gives us the result we would expect, 1.3 repeating. What's the difference between using aggregate functions and arithmetic? The key difference is that aggregate functions, like sum, perform their operations on the fields vertically, while arithmetic adds up the records horizontally. Before we move on, let's run through an arithmetic example using our database. Here we have selected the gross, how much the movie made, minus the budget, how much the movie cost, from our films table. The result is the amount of profit. Notice that the query's result doesn't give us a defined field name. We will always need to use an alias when summarizing data with aggregate functions and arithmetic. As we progress and learn how to manipulate our data, it will be even more important to keep our field names clear. For example, if we're using multiple max functions in one query, we'll have two fields named max, which isn't very useful. This is a situation when it's especially important to alias like we do here. Let's explore how using an alias fits into the SQL execution order. Here is a reminder of the order of execution we know so far. SQL will process the from statement first, followed by the where clause, then the select statement, and finally limit. When adding an alias for a field name in the select clause, we might assume we could use it later on in our query with the where clause. Unfortunately, that is not possible, as we can see by the order of execution. The query would not have created the alias yet, and our code would generate an error.